All right, welcome back, everyone. It's been a fantastic few days diving deep into agile leadership, right? Before we get into our final session, I think it's a great idea to just quickly run through the key takeaways. Make sure we're all on the same page and ready to put these incredible ideas into action.
So let's just take a quick step back and look at our Agile journey so far. It's so important to remember why we're doing this and how all these different pieces actually connect together in our day-to-day work here at AIA.
Over the last few days, we've really dug into what it means to lead in a more agile way at AII. And this wasn't just about theory, was it? We've shared real insights, learned some really practical frameworks, and the whole point has been to bring this stuff to life in our everyday jobs.
But here's the big question, right? This is all great, but how do we actually apply it, to our biggest, most complex real-world challenges? Well, that's exactly where we're headed next.
Okay, so let's talk about solving our shared challenges. Because before we can apply any of these awesome concepts, we've got to be really honest and clear about what we're up against. Once we name it, we can start to tackle it together.
This piece of feedback from one of our sessions, it really hit home. Different sponsors, different squads, but all have one activation team. The struggle is real, isn't it? Everyone has their own priorities, and there's no clear agreement on what the top one or two things should be. This captures a huge challenge for so many of us. And look, this isn't happening in a vacuum. We're navigating some pretty big shifts at AIA right now. We're moving from project delivery teams to enterprise technology portfolios. We're trying to align our central squads, like next-gen agents and sales compliance, with our regional squad implementations, all while driving our big vision of being simpler, faster, and more connected. So yeah, the stakes are high.
So what does this all mean for you as leaders here at AIA? It means our challenges are shared. We're not in this alone. And solving them? Well, that's going to take a shared language and a shared mindset.
Okay, with those challenges in mind, where do we even start? Well, we go back to our foundation. Let's talk about our guiding Agile principles.
Now, these aren't just posters on a wall, right? Things like putting customer satisfaction first, welcoming changing requirements, building our work around motivated people and actually trusting them, and of course, keeping things simple. This is the mindset that's going to help us cut through all that complexity we just talked about.
And for you, as leaders at AIA, this is what it's all about. These principles give us the power to respond to change, instead of just rigidly following a plan that might be out of date. It's how we stay nimble. So, we have the challenge, we have the principles, but what's the how? How do we actually put this into practice? Well, let's dive into the practical toolkit we learned, the impact loop framework. Okay, this 6-step process, it's like a roadmap. It gives us a structured way to take a really big, messy challenge and break it down. We go from defining a problem statement all the way to identifying those small, actionable solutions. It gives us a clear path. And it all kicks off with step 1, defining a really clear problem statement. That how might we so that format is so powerful, isn't it? It frames the problem in an optimistic way and makes us get super clear on the why behind what we're trying to do.
Then we move to the impact map. This is where we figure out, okay, who are the key players here? Those are our actors. The squad sponsors, the squad leads, the specialists in our central squads. Then we ask, what do we need them to do differently? Those are the impacts. And finally, what can we actually create, the deliverables, to make that change happen?
Right. So after you've mapped out the whole system, the real magic is in finding the leverage points. Think of it like this. A leverage point is that one spot in a system where a tiny little push can create a huge shift in the final outcome. It's all about working smarter, not just harder.
And we saw a fantastic example of this, didn't we? Just by improving email relevance, a relatively small change, we saw a direct, positive, and really significant impact on the online renewal rate. That's a leverage point in action right there. So here's the key takeaway on this. The impact loop gives us a shared way to see the entire system. It takes us from feeling totally overwhelmed by complexity to seeing clear, actionable opportunities. It tells us exactly where to focus our energy for the biggest bang for our buck. All right, so we found these amazing leverage points. Now what? How do we actually act on them? This is the final, crucial piece of the puzzle, finding leverage points for action.
This is where we identify what we call 15% solutions. And what are those? They are small, practical steps that are completely within your immediate control. The key thing is, you don't need a big budget, you don't need to ask for permission, you can just start.
So, for you as AIA leaders, what this means is that you are empowered. You can start making a change right now from exactly where you are with what you already have. It's about building momentum one small step at a time.
So, as we get ready to jump into our final day, I want to leave you with a question to think about. What is the one leverage point, that one small thing that you will commit to exploring? Let's get ready to make a real impact.